UFOs, Greek mythology, Prometheus, Atlas, and why this conversation is not about nuts and bolts. Okay, skeptics get lost. Let's get into it. If you're new to my page, please go check out some of my other videos. Otherwise, this may be a little inside baseball for you. My biggest takeaway is that this conversation is far more spiritual than I think a lot of people ever thought possible. And that really started at the beginning of this year when we saw Jake Barber drop the information about telepathically communicating with NHI. I want to quickly mention Diana Pasulka's comment that gets kind of brought into the fold a lot about mission patches at NASA being referential to Greek mythology. It has ancient Greek writing on it. And when she asked NASA officials why they would put ancient Greek writing on their patches, like who's reading that in space? And they said their sponsors. Just going to go ahead and thread the needle for you. They believe they are speaking and getting information and technological downloads from the gods. This is very real. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but try to stay with me. Let's talk about Prometheus and Atlas. Titans are 12 beings that were born between Uranus and Gaia, or Earth. Uranus is basically like the mad scientist of the solar system. It stands for limitlessness. At one point, the Titans wanted to fight Mount Olympus and the Greek gods for control of the universe. So they went to war, and basically every Titan except for Prometheus and Epimetheus fought against Mount Olympus and Zeus. Well, the Greek gods won, and Epimetheus and Prometheus were given the task of basically creating all of the creatures on Earth. Epimetheus gave them their gifts, and Prometheus actually shaped man out of clay. Prometheus is known for his trickster spirit. And I'm not going to go into the details of the trick that he played on Zeus, but basically, Zeus was like, because you played this trick, I'm not allowing fire on Earth. Well, Prometheus didn't like that because he loved the humans that he created. And so he went to Athena and Hephaestus's workshop and stole fire. He snuck it down and gave it to man so that they could be warm, keep themselves safe, cook their meat. Well, Zeus was pissed and he chained Prometheus to a rock for eternity. And every day, Aquila the eagle comes and pecks out his liver, and it regrows overnight, and it happens again and again and again. But through all of this pain and torture, he has never regretted giving man fire. As a retaliation against man, Zeus sent Pandora to marry Prometheus's brother Epimetheus. And you're probably familiar with the myth of Pandora, where she's given a box, Zeus tells her not to open it, she can't help it, she opens it, and it releases all of the terrible things that can come from fire onto man. So war and torture. The part of the story that gets left out a lot is that Pandora closes the box and there's one thing left inside of it, and that is hope. Stay with me, I'm going to get there. Let's move on to Atlas. Atlas was the leader of the Titan War against the Olympians. He stands for strength and endurance, obviously holding the universe on his shoulders with stoicism. And he also stands for astronomy because sailors and farmers look to him for guidance. After the Titans lost the war, Zeus banished most of them to Tartarus. However, Atlas was assigned to hold Uranus, which is the personification of the universe, which is also his mother. Why am I telling you all of this? Basically, it's because this conversation is so not about nuts and bolts. It's about being able to hold the knowledge with wisdom. No coincidence that Three Eye Atlas is coming at this time. Whatever energy it's coming in with can help us basically take on the energy of Atlas, which would be to hold the universe, to hold the thoughts, to hold more perspective, to hold more compassion, perhaps the divine feminine. This is more about our spiritual advancement, more about our ascension, more about how our bodies are the technology, which I talk a lot about in my other videos, than it is about pure technological advancement for any financial benefit. The reason why the autobiography of Oppenheimer was called American Prometheus. There's a reason that Mary Shelley named the subtitle for Frankenstein The Modern Prometheus. It really surrounds the ethical questions of technology and modern science. This goes back to Jake Barber's chat about intention. Every day they show up, they set their intention, and their intention is always for highest good. If we cannot advance our hearts to be for highest good for all, we will destroy ourselves with the technology that we seek to find in this conversation. So it's a bit early. It's a bit inside baseball, but I had to make this video. It's starting to make a lot of sense to me now. What do you guys think? Leave it in comments.